The price of Bitcoin broke out from the resistance trend line of the bump and run pattern that was mentioned yesterday on Twitter. If we break out the trend line, we're getting above $61,000. This is exactly what's happened, as you can see, with the bump and run pattern. Now, yesterday we were going on detail on the live stream, looking at the bullish case and the bearish case, the invalidation levels, and the projection. We can see the bulls won the battle and we got that massive move above $61,000. Today, we're talking about the higher time frames. What are the levels that we need to consider here? What if we do break out from the highs in the next coming days? What are the levels that you need to be paying attention for that possible rejection? I'm going to give you the price action and levels in detail, guys, where we are very likely going to get a rejection if we do get the breakout from the highs. Now, also the bearish case scenario. Now, this zone is going to be very difficult. There are some levels that we need to hold. Now, we'll be explaining what needs to happen to be confident that the price could form another higher low and move to the upside. Now, I'll be leaving the lower time frames for the Legends trading community, guys. Going to give them a little bit of priority on lower time frames. Yesterday's scenario did play out to perfection. We were analyzing the lower time frames, where to enter, the different projections here that we could have to the upside, and this played out very, very nicely with that bump and run. We can see some of the legends already making some profits from that move. Okay, now let's take a look at the 4-hourly time frame. All right, there is some levels and some scenarios that I want to take a look at. Okay, we did come here to the highs of the range and we are attempting to break out from that value area high of this entire range, right? You could arguably discuss that this is struggling very much, right? We're trying to break out from that high volume node. As you can see, the value area high, just swing failure pattern from those local highs of this range. So is this a fake out and we are going to roll back down? Well, I really do not know. However, what I do know, if we do break out from these highs, I will be not interested in any short positions in between $63,000 and $61,800. This is a dangerous zone to take any short positions because you could successfully break out at least to test a high. So what is the next big major level above the highs here created on the 8th of August? Well, the only good level that we have is a naked point of control. This is basically from the price action that was created on the 2nd of August. This consolidation right over here, we do have a high volume node on the session volume profile right over here at $63,200. So could there be a possibility that the price attempts to break out from those highs at 62,800 and creates a failed breakout, and we just get massive resistance and we create a huge gigantic double top and we are going to start rolling down? This is going to be very difficult. I really want to see the rejection. I want to see the price action getting back below here, this level, because this would be more of a swing trade, and I can see the possibility of rejecting here, finding support and continuing to the upside. So this is going to be a very, very difficult level. Depending on what happens on the lower time frames, I will be analyzing with the Legends trading community if there is a good short position or even a good long position at support levels and just continue the momentum to the upside. So we're just going to have to see how we develop at that zone to take those trading decisions. If we were to break through this level, you might think, wow, I was expecting a double top, a rejection from the naked point of control, but the price suddenly just breaks through. And this would make complete sense here because we've had a massive rally here from the 5th of August all the way till the 9th of August. And we've been consolidating here for over 2 weeks. After such a large consolidation, a breakout from the highs can be very explosive, right? And here's where you need to create the plan. You need to be ready for that scenario. What if the price does break out? This is the moment where most of the people are going to be becoming extremely bullish. And this is the zone where the price could reverse back down, guys. Okay, so we'll be analyzing. This is going to be a very chilled area. I'm going to talk about the major levels of resistance and the different patterns that could be forming right over here. Now, this zone at the $66,000 is where I believe that the price could top out on the higher time frame, meaning that yes, we could consolidate, we could test the highs again, but overall looking for a very deep pullback. And this obviously is going to take several days. This is a swing trade idea. And the main reason why we got a weekly naked point of control, this is from the last week of July. All of this consolidation, the weekly naked point of control is right over here at 66.3K. We're possibly not even going to reach that level, but I'm taking it into consideration. What we do have right there is a daily level at $65,300. Now this daily level is in confluence with the pivot high from the last week of July to that pivot low from the major crash from the 5th of August. The 7/8 Fibonacci is exactly where we have that daily level. And not only that, we could be forming a 𝗬𝗏𝘆 pattern. This is a harmonic pattern, guys, and these are extremely effective. If we were to come all the way up there in the next coming days, of course, that will be a pump of over $5,000. People are going to get extremely bullish. But when we analyze this scenario right over here, what we can see is that we'll be forming a three-wave structure to the upside after getting a major drop, as you can see. Very much it could be an ABC kind of move, and we are going to start rolling down days after hitting that level. So it's going to be very interesting, the reaction, guys. Without a doubt, there is an aggressive short position, and that is basically just a swing failure pattern from those lower highs created on the 1st and the 2nd of August. So the price could be very fast. You could just come all the way up there, wick that level, and already start getting a major corrective move after hitting that level. There's two scenarios. Your swing failure pattern, you manage your risk very well. This is a swing trade. This could last for days or even weeks to come to the downside. This is a moment where people are going to be coming extremely bullish. There's going to be a lot of long entries here, and we're very likely going to sweep all of the lows again in the next coming days after hitting that level. However, we could hit the level and get a big rejection, or we could hit that level and create a double top scenario or even a triple top, right? Making that level very difficult for all of those people that want to start shorting, stop everybody out. So we'll be analyzing very carefully what happens at that zone, but I do see that level being the rejection point. Why? We got the 𝗬𝗏𝘆 harmonic pattern right over here, the 7/8, right? Where we do have the daily level as well. We'll be forming a three-wavy structure right over here, which very likely could bring the price straight back down after a few days. So that is a higher time frame level, guys, that we need to take into consideration. Like I said, lower time frames, I will be doing a live stream later on, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, smash up the like button, because we'll be going in detail for some local scenarios just like we did yesterday. Now, going back here to the bearish case scenario, right? Let's get all these levels off the chart and zoom in slightly on the lower time frames, because yes, we are hitting a crucial level of resistance. We are in doubt right now. Is this a successful breakout? We've tested the highs already from this range. Is it a possibility that we're just going to roll down? We're not breaking out from the value area high. We're just slightly above the level, but it doesn't look too powerful. Now, if we do move to the downside, now there is a very important ascending channel that we formed during the last few days that has been respecting very nicely the resistance and the support, as you can see. Now, the only level of support that I do see here possible is that higher low support trend line from the ascending channel that we formed the last few days, where we do have that point of control of this entire range of the last 2 weeks. So we don't really want to see the price coming down and breaking successfully this channel, this uptrend momentum. That is something going to be very cautious. I do see a massive drop happening if we do not hold this $69,500 range. If we do correct down there, this zone is not an interesting zone for me to get into a long position. I do see from the point of control down to the value area low, a huge massive correction if we break down from the point of control and this higher low support trend line. So this will be a zone not to look for any long positions. If anything, you would be looking for some scalp day trade shorts to follow the momentum back down to the value area low of this entire trading range. Now, this is where it gets interesting. If we do get the channel out of the way and analyze here what has been happening during the last couple of weeks, right? If we were to come down to that value area low of this entire range, sweeping up this low at $57,800, that is a zone that looks very interesting. You got some higher pivots right there that you could definitely create a quick swing failure pattern for a major bounce. Pay attention to these levels, the 57,700 and the 57,560. These two pivots are the ones where you could create a swing failure pattern. You can snipe along here, stop loss beneath the low created as you are recovering, and look for that pretty instant bounce. And there is a main reason why this could happen, because you could be forming an inverted head and shoulder structure from that trend line here that we formed, all right, those highs that we do have from the last few days of the last couple of weeks. We can see here how from this pivot high, you got this low right there. From this pivot, you can see you tapped it, very nice. You got the rejection. So you got a really nice resistance area, pretty clear resistance because we just tapped it the last few hours and got a major rejection. So if we were to come all the way down to this zone, there is a chance that we could be forming a right shoulder, okay? You have massive support. You got the support here of the back test. This level was already back tested right over here. We actually mentioned this long position a few days ago. Very, very nice. We can also come back down here to this level, sweep up these lows. So get that right shoulder to get that wick to the downside, sweep up these higher lows, get support from the value area low, and speculate that we could get a right shoulder and then get the breakout. Of course, there is going to be a lot of resistance. I would take this as a scalp day trade long, potentially because you are going to get some resistance on the way where you would want to take some profits, okay, which would be that point of control from the entire range. And this could definitely fail miserably and come to the downside. However, it's a good entry. It's a good stop loss. You do have a really nice projection if you do swing failure pattern from these lows. I'm not saying it's going to happen. This could slice through the level, but if you do get that reaction and you start consolidating above that value area low, we do have definitely a good projected move to the upside. Not much more has to be said. Levels to the upside, levels to the downside here. Lower time frames, I'm going to focus with the Legends trading community, guys. If you do want to get into some good trading on a great platform, I would suggest using Bluffing. It is a no KYC platform, just with an email and a password. You can sign up with a link down below and you can claim the biggest bonus that there is available here on Bluffing. Guys, thank you very much, and I will see you on a live stream later on.